What is up, everybody? It's your girl JJ Beats, and today we'll be reacting to Twitch to Onlyfans pipeline, the truth about being an e-girl streaming culture. So, like, there is a video from someone named Hex. I'm gonna also put that there so you guys can watch it. But I'm gonna get my perspective on this because you think that's me, bro? This is someone else, like, bro. That ain't me. Y'all are crazy, man. Um, y'all are extra. We are going to be reacting to what you gotta say. Um, the girl making money, but like she was not happy with what she was doing. So, um, anywho, with that being said, let's get on with the video.
Hey everybody, I'm back with another video.
Ooh.
Today I'm going to be talking about e-girls, specifically the reasons why I am no longer an e-girl. But I think it's an important subject to talk about. You know that song, E-Girls Are Ruining My Life? I think
Yo, chat, y'all think I'm an e-girl? Yes or no?
everybody thought it was some kind of ironic statement, but arguably, e-girl culture is ruining elements of people's lives. And I'm going to talk about why. Since I used to be one, I feel like it's my
Wait. How much was her sub goal? What is her sub goal? Also, chat. Yeah, if y'all think I'm an e-girl, you gotta send me $5. I'm kidding. Is that what e-girls do? They beg for money? Be like, send me money, please. Or what do e-girls do? I still cannot see the sub goal. So
responsibility to call out this behavior and take accountability for enabling this culture myself and being an active negative contributor without knowing the very real world implications, detriments, and consequences that such actions can have.
Ooh,
and
nice
how
cat.
It hurts women and men collectively for different reasons. I have a Twitch channel. I used to stream for 8 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Does she still have a Twitch channel? I gotta check this out. Does she still got herself a Twitch? How big is her Twitch right now? Let me tell you this. I got me a Twitch, right? I got like 2 people here right now on my Twitch. They are funding my channel right now. Be like, just be like, send me the beans. Send me the beans. Anywho, let's get on.
Not as much as some very.
I'm not an e-girl. What is an e-girl anyway? I still don't really understand the terminology. So like, anywho, okay, anywho, what was she saying?
Popular female streamers that might come to your mind, and I'll speak about
Oh my goodness
later. But I made
Oh my
enough to
goodness
support myself, and then I
Can't
made
even
more,
blur her.
chasing numbers, being trapped in a never-ending cycle of narcissism and a heightened state of self-worth. There are plenty of ways that being a woman on the internet is dangerous. Being on the internet in general opens you up to the most evil of people.
Look at here. Oh, okay.
What's
Give me
this?
a second.
Wait. Whoo! Dang! Dang. Okay. Yeah. So if you ever wonder why some people become a VTuber, it's kind of for this reason. And also, why I be like chill because I know I have a male audience for the most part. So like I'd be like, oh nah, y'all need to chill because I'm just like, oh heck no. So like, yeah, this is crazy. I do know that for female streamers, especially if you show your face, you get that because even if you like, people will say, oh, she's not even that pretty, bruh. Yeah, there are still people who will still figure out something. So
being able to say whatever they want about you with no consequence.
yeah, yo. Not only that, well, she talks about no consequence. Like that's like a lot of YouTube in general. Like, yeah, you know how we just started. We literally started trying making shorts, right? And we're doing some edgy shorts. Like it's all jokes, by the way. They're all jokes, but like where it's like I'm trying to make a satire or parody and be like, oh my goodness, okay, so one of the jokes we did was like, oh JJ, I can't send money. Is that still fine that I support you anyways? I'm like, oh my goodness, yes. And then like secretly the whole time you're just like, okay, mod, you need to ban them. They can't talk because they ain't something like, you know, the stuff like, you know, all streamers just want your money, right? And I never tried doing those because even when I did stuff that wasn't even seen as edgier stuff, I would still get backlash. Like, but it was so crazy because you could see people who are like higher rank or like guys saying the same type of stuff. It's not seen as negative, but it's always like, oh, like the terminology like e-girl pick me, etc., etc. I'm just like, bro, I'm just playing games. Like, like my model might like adultish, but if it didn't, y'all would be like, oh, that's a child. So like, you don't want either way. And yeah, you can have something in between like a teenager. I was just like, no, I would just go for a mature look. I'm not like really that mature in terms of like my content's not like cussing and all that type of stuff.
No. But it has physical dangers too. I used to have a P.O. box so people could send me gifts. I saw a lot of popular YouTubers.
Guys, I have a throne if you guys okay, okay, in all seriousness, not like I know like there's some people in my I don't have a big audience, mind you. I know there's some people who want to send me stuff via PO box, and I'm just like I know there's for VTubers there's usually a story about someone trying to send a spy camera on a popular VTuber. I'm like, bro, like what you gonna do with that? Like, why you is trying to invade like a streamer's privacy? Like, um we want to like entertain y'all, but like that's parasocial. Like, you know, don't expect, I know this is gonna be hard to hear, but don't expect someone to like you who's a streamer, guy or girl, just because you send them money. Like, it's gonna be like, yeah, we don't mind talking to you, but like, just think about it. It's like, okay, if you don't know someone online and they trying to hit on you, you don't know if they're boy or girl or anything, you just like probably heard their voice. Are you gonna really want them to like try to get with you? Also think about like the fact that there's AI now and people could just replicate female voices or male voices. Like and there's a lot you gotta think about.
And streamers doing that. People wanted to send me things.
Yeah.
Let it happen.
Check this out. I'm gonna show you how I afforded this car.
Bruh.
Okay, you ready?
Bruh.
Someone I knew from my stream moved across the country to my city so he could be closer to me. This didn't terrify me. The culture of Twitch makes you want to tear down boundaries. The thing about streaming is that it's so personal. People want to know everything about you. What'd you have for dinner? What are you doing this holiday?
Okay, like I don't mind when people ask me what I had, because I also realize when I'm trying to entertain, I'll be like, what you guys up to? What you eat? What's your job? Etc. Etc. But I like, you know, if I'm like, I don't want to tell you this, I don't want to tell you that, it's like respect that. Like, just like you guys are allowed to be like, oh, I don't want to talk about it, then like you don't ask a streamer, oh yeah, like don't harass them.
What are you doing this weekend? Where are you from? I was putting myself in danger by just having a P.O. box with my zip code.
I know, I like
no
drone too, hopefully.
A pseudo parasocial relationship between someone on a screen and someone in a chat can turn into a
oh my gosh, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the fact that, okay, you might consider, what the turn is this? You might consider this person to be attractive, right? Okay, bro. So there's a guy's perspective. I'm gonna send you a link. So like people made fun of the guy because he got buck teeth or whatever. Like they're like, bro, look like handsome face Squidward, right? I'm like, bro, like what? Why are you gonna comment someone's face? And like, let's say it's a girl, right? Y'all be like, oh, you're so pretty, and then the minute she takes off makeup, like, dang, she ain't even all that pretty. It was all makeup. Like, bro, are you serious? Like, because my friend and I was talking about this. We were always talking about. I'm always like, this is why I hate the idea of makeup, where they're like, oh, it's for a girl if you feel confident. I'm like, okay, but also think about the fact that you have to feel confident with makeup. We always talk about this, right? And the fact that like oh, I want a girl to look natural. She is usually natural makeup. Like she's still wearing makeup, but it looks not so heavy. Cause like I don't know if you consider this to be heavy, but like let's check the other girls. So that's makeup. That's makeup. It's not a lot of makeup, but it's makeup. Um, but let's say you're on the side where it's, let me see.
Chat can
Like I don't know if this is like in between. You could tell it's makeup though. Her face looks more. Probably because of the lighting too. If you see her without makeup, like dang, her eyebrows are this. Oh dang, her lips are crusty. Oh dang, this that. Which is why people often go for like not showing their face or opt for VTuber model or something like that. It's just like it avoids that. Like you can look at the model. The model looks pretty. Just so you can have a face or something. Sometimes they don't even do a pretty model, but like once you associate the face, like because looks, even people say they don't matter, there's still an aspect to it. Like if you see someone with like covered head to toes with like 100 tattoos or a bunch of piercings, etc., etc., you'll be like, this girl's unhinged or this guy's unhinged. Like, you know, to this point, it doesn't matter. Like even this is something I had to talk to other people about when it comes to drawing characters, because I make video games, right? You can download Artist Choice on itch.io, by the way. And in video games, or in, let's say, romance manga, right? When you have like a chubby character or something, you still give them like a cute aesthetic, unless you're trying to go for a different type of approach. But like, there's some type of like, if the character's chubby or a little pudgy, right? There's like a cute vibe they go. But if you straight up make someone look like a goblin, you are gonna give like a more nasty look, which makes people either be like, "Oh, I don't like this person" because of like the looks in itself. Be like, but if like you gave someone like a chubby character a look like, "Oh my gosh, she looks like a teddy bear," like why y'all saying like there's gonna be more like affection for the person, right? To if like, oh, she doesn't even do her makeup, she's unkept, she's fat, she's like has pimples, like you can't put too many uh bad qualities into one specific character, or else it's gonna make the character look unattractive. And yeah, that might be relatable, but at the same time people might be like, wait, this is the lead character though? Because think about if like you read like webtoons or manga or something, the amount of times the character has to look super attractive or something just to get attention for people to read it. And then if they're the opposite, is because it's like, oh, it's good to see something like this every now and then. So that's just like something like I always have to think about, because when I'm making games, like I like to make the characters different looking. Like even if they have like the same kind of facial structure, I like to give them different types, because um when it comes to body portion, like everyone always coming at me for looking like Nami from One Piece because of like my proportions, right? But like in real life, everyone has different proportions. But like if you see this, they're like, "Oh my goodness, that's sexualization." I'm like, I ain't even showing that much skin compared to like, oh, flat chested means lolly or something like that, or you have to be like a specific body portion. It's like everyone looks different, so it is what it is.
turn into obsession very quickly. I once had a supporter that would sell his plasma to be able to tier 3 sub. And though I told him that that's unnecessary and not to do that, I couldn't stop him and I wasn't going to refund that sub. This was my full-time job. It was
Yeah, like it's kind of like that's why I always like send what you're able to send, but it's not required. And I don't even make ad rev, so like I literally go off with just via donations or gifts. But it's not really a good look to also refund stuff, because it's like, okay, I could just refund every time I mess up. Like that's why we always say no refunds, because then everyone else is gonna ask for refunds. So it's like only do what you can, because again, like let's say you're a big streamer, right? And it's like, the likelihood of that person actually is gonna see that. So it's like, at that moment, like let's say you gave $1,000 and you're like, oh, the VTuber like gives you the reaction you want, and then you're like, oh, I actually need that money. Like, then why do you send it to me? Because at the end of the day, the VTuber or YouTuber is gonna be at loss because they got to refund you the money, or they gotta be a hole, be like, no, you gave me that money, like. So, also selling your blood, that's crazy to keep up with tier C stuff. But like, I mean, if you guys want to flex, go to my coffee and get the cheesecake there. Okay, but no, for real, like, always think about your financial situations. This is why I always be like, if people want to give me a game, make sure it's on sale, because like, stuff be expensive. Wait till sale.
Myself and my mother and my pets at the time. The longer you are a persona on the internet, the faster you disconnect from the real world and your true sense of self. Your life becomes a show for the masses, for your customers, your consumers. Your job is to keep them consuming your content.
Okay, so my audience, especially my friend, you have a choice. I like give gifts, just be nice. Yeah. So my friend, he is like, you should make a schedule. Everyone's always like, you should make a schedule. And mind you, if I made a schedule, one, if you decide to be like, I can't stream today, you kind of broke the trust with your chat because you're not sticking with the schedule, right? I tell him I can't make a schedule. He's like, you're not gonna gain an audience without making a schedule. I'm like, if I make a schedule that I can't even commit to, for one, because this is not my full time. I don't really make anything off of this. I can't commit to that. Two, I need to always prioritize real life. So like, if let's say I need to do something at home, then I gotta do. I can't be like, okay, let me just do my stream first. Like, if I'm in the middle of stream, that's different. But I can't be like, yeah, let me just make my schedule to maybe get a subscriber. Like, yeah, but like, I get why it's the easiest way to grow if you're consistent one. I get that, but it's like, at the cost of what? You are always sacrificing something if you go for like something else. So,
the more popular someone becomes, the less they care about you as an individual, because numbers are everything. And you're just one person. I love being a content creator. It's what I've always wanted to do. Since I was in elementary school, my dream was to be a movie director and a TV show host. When I learned about streaming, I really thought that I could make it into the world of entertainment. I went to college for media production and management with a minor in theater. But once I started streaming, I didn't really gain any new skills. Just be active on social media. What's on social media? Women being sexy. And you have people like Amaranth in interviews saying, you could have your tits out. To say, you're not going to have as much money as me. You're not going to be as successful as me unless you have your breasts available to be seen by the public. Mass gaslighting and grooming. That kind of rhetoric.
bro, okay, so, Amaranth, I'm not gonna talk specifically about my turd. I hurt my fingers. No, I'm not gonna talk about my turd, but I'm not gonna. I just remember there was this clip of Amaranth, right? Amaranth got like $70,000, a stun gun, and like a phone. All at once, from one person, anonymous, apparently. Because it was during the time when she's like saying that, oh, my husband forces me to do this, etc., etc. I don't even know what Aaron's up to, but she gets it, and she's like, wow, thank you. And I was just like, that's crazy. I was just like, $70,000 is enough for like 1 year for someone. Like, that's crazy. Like, the reaction, like, wow, thank you. I was just like, whoa. But I ain't gonna get into Amber specifically. But I don't like the whole hot tub meta and whatnot. Like, because me and Kick So I have my kick streams whenever I'm playing the games, and like the amount of like beginning people who are just like saying the most outlandish stuff was like, huh? Like it was very crazy. I was just like, bro, you don't even know what I look like for one. Two, like why you even asking this? And he was just saying they were just saying some very inappropriate stuff. But like the thing is like 18 plus age wise, yeah. 18 plus has like if you put like 18 plus only chat, it has a negative connotations like okay chat, we're gonna be doing etc etc. And usually like the 18 plus streamers are also very vulgar and suggestive anyways. So it's like it's weird to like for me it would be weird for me to be like 18 plus chat and I'm not really 18 plus. I don't like to curse and all that stuff. But people are gonna have that expectation because it's 18 plus. I'm gonna be doing all that.
Rhetoric seeps into your mind like a poison. Everyone in this culture has been poisoned. We can't help it. We're inundated with it. Propaganda, sex, political discourse, cancel culture, mob mentality. Social media is poison, and it's contributing to the thousands of mental illnesses in this modern age. I deleted Snapchat off my phone, and I disabled my DMs on all socials because I was sick of being readily available for just anyone, and it is for my safety. And if you think that I'm being some kind of self-righteous bigot or whatever, then that means you would prefer I tear down my boundaries for you. As a streamer, you are subject to something called trauma dumping, where people will come into your chat and speak about extremely sad personal matters because streaming is free therapy when it's not practice for flirting. And yeah, I flirted back, trying to be cute and make money. I'm sorry I contributed to that, and I won't again.
Okay. I'm sorry. I just think about whenever people be I'll be like, shut up. I'll be like, shut up. I'm like, I don't really get into I'm like, okay. Because I'm just like, okay, I don't care. Like because I'm like, y'all don't know me. Y'all might like my person. I'm like, okay. Like like if y'all's like, oh JJ, would you marry me? I'm like, no. No, I don't know you. Like because I grew up with like with my family and stuff like oh don't do this and that and it's just like okay I have my boundaries set like even in real life I don't want people going my boundaries so it's like when people do I'm like like I'm not gonna do all this extra stuff man so like take it or leave it like it'd be crazy stuff too I'm like I can't even and not like my reoccurring people, but like people who are just like come one and done. I'm like, I don't even know you like that. Like, okay. And then they're like, well, you're not gonna get a subscribe out. I'm like, okay. Oh, oh well, it is what it is.
Again, it's not fair to me, and it's not fair to the people who are paying for fake attention. It is not all my responsibility either. You should not support someone just because you are attracted to them. This culture opened me up to being preyed on by narcissists, manipulators, sociopaths, and even pedophiles. People who want to tear your walls down just so you can make them feel more validated. It's all about you. You. While the people on the screen think it's all about me. Me. This was never my goal, and my dreams were corrupted by internet culture. I was blind to what I was doing, and men are blind to what's being done to them. And some men are blind to what they are doing to women through this. If anyone tries to tear your walls down, break your boundaries, to be close to you, they want something from you. It's just a sign that you're in the presence of escapism.
Okay, so some people don't take her words seriously because she already made the bag, so they're not really taking her words. But it's like you can always use your own common sense of thinking and whatnot to think about it. So like think about it. For all the people who grow and rather quickly and they don't have like crazy editing skills or anything, think about what they really be doing for their streams besides clip farming, because that is a word people keep using with me. Like all you gotta do is clip farm. Um, I know this one streamer who got crazy big, right? Um, And guess what they do? They do e-dates. What is e-dates? Like, what is everything behind e-dates? Attractive men or women. Okay. What else? Could be vulgar or could be sexual. Okay. What else? Could be funny. It could just straight up be funny. True. Yeah. But think about the people who be going really rapid and aren't like whatever genre it is, man or woman. Because like, yeah, a lot of people would be like, oh, she's viral because she's a girl, a gamer girl, etc., etc. Think about TikTok. A lot of guys on TikTok or Instagram get viral because they're hot and thirst trapping. Like, it is not just girls, even though people want to say it's just girls, and people want to say it's easier for girls. Well, for someone who's been being a VTuber for years, can't really agree. Maybe if you're more on the lewd side, you could probably get with it. I feel like it's more so the more controversial lewd you are, then yeah. Unless you're very funny. I'm not funny, and let's be real. I ain't funny. So it's like you're gonna have a tougher time. It's how you give up on boundaries or principles, or you do like what Cation did, and you just grow within time. Um, because I'll tell you, there is this one VTuber I used to watch, and the VTuber is way different from when they was smaller from when they is now. So like, it really all depends. Like, when you go big, there's gonna be a change. For one, let's say I was hypothetically big, right? But one, I can acknowledge that the chat is gonna get bigger, so it's gonna be hard for me to read chat and whatnot. And I understand that, like, because like chats are gonna be faster, right? Uh, and so people are gonna feel like they get less attention. But like, I've seen people who are so interactive to only not be interactive at all because they grown the audience. They're like, we don't need to be that interactive no more, right? Then you have uh other things like what you used to do for fun, you're not longer going to use for fun because you got to look at it as business. Do I have a problem with that? No, but you also have to acknowledge that like you are not going to be the same person as you was before. I don't think it's easier for girls. If it comes to Twitch for the first time, your recommendation would like most likely be dude. At least that's how it was when I first got on Twitch. Um, I don't know. All I know is that for me, I do have more of a male audience, less of a female one. So, and the only way people find me is because they are looking me up like the smallest VTuber or smallest in a genre, and they find me. So, I really don't know what to say on that. And we're already like almost 30 minutes like talking. This is only like a 15 minutes video.
Best, and at worst, in the presence of the Dark Triad. They want to get what they can out of you. There's no use for you outside of the internet. I have learned a lot the past 2 years, and
That's a
now
lot of cats.
it's my goal to use my platform to teach others and try to have people think for themselves. On my path of learning and searching for truth, I discovered the big monster of capitalism and how places like Twitch or OnlyFans contributes to a bigger problem than most people understand. In the internet world where you have to fight
Mostly
to
on
stay
Twitch.
relevant because everything is accelerated at an alarming pace, this shallow way of being has an expiration date. Everyone gets older, looks fade, women will feel competition with each other, they'll be competing for attention and the wallets of men, and men will compete against each other too. Their expiration date is when their money runs out. You do not actually know the other person in these fake
That's a big nose
relationships.
ring.
You don't know if they actually align with your ideals, and we all know that the anonymity of the internet makes it so easy to hide who you really are. Streamers will lie to their audience in order to not be canceled and win public support because your money is more important than their honesty and integrity. The truth is not profitable. This culture gives the unhealthy ego a place to thrive.
1
All
out of
you
10.
do is
Dang.
virtue signal and say you're supporting women by supporting their OnlyFans, and women women say they're supporting themselves. They're independent, even though they're using a platform created by and for men who have free access to all of their pictures and videos.
Okay, chat. What is y'all's thoughts on OF? Like,
And make a profit.
what is y'all's thoughts? I have my thoughts on it. I ain't gonna say my thoughts on it, but like, because this is such a hard thing to even talk about. There's a truth in the fact that like there's some things you should cannot say, even if it's just like unless you're okay with the repercussions. But the amount of times I've seen people like overreact, especially on Twitter, is crazy. It's not even crazy like talking about this. I don't even know what that means, fond. But like, for example, let's say you're like, oh my goodness, I love coffee. And then let's say your Twitter goes viral and 100 million people see that you love coffee. Bro, somehow someone's gonna take that negative like, what's wrong with tea? Like, what's wrong with tea? Like, they'd be like, are you serious? We just talked about how much I love coffee. Like,
profit off of all the content, no matter how.
And when you said how people react is their response, not the same. The thing, like, let's say if like 100 people come at you, not even 100, like 10,000 people come at you because you decide that you hate tea, and you're like, oh my goodness, I had to apologize to you guys because I did not realize how glorious tea was. And like you have to kind of retract your statement just so you can be seen as good light because you, if you don't like tea, then it's just like, okay. Like, it really do be something silly like that though.
Personal. It is. I would have men ask me when, not if, when I was going to get an OnlyFans.
I ain't making one, by the way.
OnlyFans was created by a very suspicious individual who has suspicious relationships with children.
Ew.
It's no surprise that Twitch has become the site to pick your favorite e-girl to simp for. It's run by Jeff Bezos, who builds value. He's looking to make a profit. So you and the streamers are products. And maybe you're having some cognitive dissonance. The narrative that this is mentally healthy or safe for men and women, or that somehow this will make men respect women more in the long run. This doesn't act towards respecting women because women who do not involve themselves with such activities still get seen as the same and are expected to participate. And men are not respected any more than you would respect an ATM. The irony is that the women who are doing this kind of thing that have a hatred for men are feeding into the elitist patriarchy themselves and grooming more women.
Oh, I was gonna pause, but no, we gotta wait.
With their perfect photoshopped pictures and all their makeup and their push-up bras.
16.
You might be thinking, well, Ellie, you're wearing
the turd. Oh, wait, let her finish this.
Makeup right now, and you're right, because the internet is a harsh, evil place. People are very mean. I feel like I have to wear.
Like, listen, she's not even wearing that much makeup in comparison to other things. Okay, yeah, like if she were bare without makeup, and that's not how you knew her as, the amount of people would be roast her and be like, "Dang, I thought she was prettier." Dang, etc., etc., etc. It's crazy. I feel like we were gonna say something that Amara came up, and I low-key forgot. What was the thing she even said, my dude? Like, I was thinking
that have a hatred for men.
Oh yeah, the hatred for men thing. Yo, chat. People don't even realize. This is so crazy to say. Like, I've spoken to girls who feel like, I hate men. I feel like, huh? They're like, I hate men. I'm like, why you hate men? And then they say XYZY, right? And then they'll be like, oh, I don't really mean it though. I just want to vent. I was just like, why you say something like all men are this A B C D D, right? for you to not even mean it. I just be like, where's all this hate coming from? Like, I understand, like, something might have happened to you, etc., etc. But like, when people use that terminology for it, because I was just like, bro, what if someone's like, I hate women? Like, I always be like, what? Like, it's like, like you're hating half the population. I'm just like, why? Like, I don't get it. It's like, because like, bro, if I went out and be like, I hate men, well, that is 90% of who watches me. I'm only have like one person in chat. Like, it don't make sense. Like, especially if like, because what I usually see is, this is okay, if you are female, you're most likely to get a male audience. If you are male, you're most likely to get a female audience, unless you have like multi-diverse range, where you tend to get mixed audience. The reason why I say that is because like, when you see VTuber, right? Guys, girls, whatever, are gonna be looking at specific characters of how the model looks first, because you gotta get attracted to, not attracted, but you have to like the aesthetic of the character, right? And then you give it a chance. And then you have to go through actual videos of it to see if you still want to stick around, right? Why is it that a lot of VTubers though have to when they make content is regarding certain things, and you guys know what I'm talking about, but like, okay. Like, the ones that be going viral are the ones that okay, how's the best way to say this? When you hear something outrageous said that is not about like someone else, but it's more about like mature topics, if you guys understand what I'm saying, then it's like, there's two different ways to take it. It's just like, okay, that means that this person's now open to all these mature topics, which probably might not be the case, but they're saying stuff that might be mature, that gives people the gateway to be like, oh, that means I could talk about this mature stuff, right? And you're like, huh? Unless you clearly state in your description or bio or whatever, like, I ain't talking about this, right? And it's just like, and if you don't, you gotta give your reason why. So, but yeah, like, when it comes to the amount of time, okay, this is my model, right? The amount of time that people be like, oh, like, come at me right away saying some crazy stuff because they see my model, which isn't even all that crazy, honestly, because, like, yeah, I might have a mature body, but I am straight up covered most of it, right? But, like, because they see that body, they think, okay, that means I'm good to say whatever I want. I'm just like, no, you ain't. So,
Even be listened to. Consider it my war paint. I once heard that porn stars are becoming Twitch streamers and Twitch streamers are becoming porn stars. I don't remember who told me that, but I still remember it to this day.
that's
Do you
crazy.
agree? Leave your comments down below. Remember to like this video or dislike it. The algorithm doesn't care if you disagree with me or not. And you can present the argument well. The people that are viewing streamers like Amaranth aren't your audience. Well, if places like Twitch are promoting streams like that on their front page, it is a representation of women on the platform. And there's no way for you nor I to know whether a viewer comes right from doing whatever they do while watching streams like that onto my stream in just a click of a button. Are you arguing that our human brains can differentiate something so quickly between me and the last streamer that they watched? Because to a
Bruh.
random observer, I'm just a girl on a screen. You can even pick your type. Blue eyes, redheads, brunettes. Pick your poison. Likes, views, money. It's addicting. It teaches people that everyone has a price. Sad, lonely men spend thousands of dollars on women on the internet to have some kind of connection with them, sexual gratification or validation. To take advantage of that for profit is shameful. I won't contribute to that. If you want to be in a symbiotic relationship with someone where you both mutually consent that you are using each other, then that means you are admitting that human interactions have now been degraded to transactions.
Dang.
I've seen what this culture creates. It creates monsters. I was a monster, obsessed with views, obsessed with myself. Meanwhile, narcissism was just to hide this deep sense of inadequacy. Something fell off because I wasn't really contributing anything substantial to society by doing that. I love playing video games, but eventually it wasn't even about playing the game anymore because I got stuck in a loop of playing the same game over and over again that frustrated me because that's what people wanted to see. And so then it became about the views and not about the game I wanted to play.
This isn't even a girl thing. Literally, a lot of people just say all you gotta do to grow is play the same video game and fall into that niche. Bruh. So you mean to tell? And listen, I did grow. I did get like 20 consistent viewers in Pokemon. But I'm like, I don't want to just play Pokemon. I want other people to watch my other streams, not just Pokemon. Like, imagine only being able to play one video game a year. Like, you're gonna get tired of that video game. Like, I gotta unlock everything in the video game? Oh, heck no. Like, I played 100 hours in Final Fantasy. I got so tired. Like, Final Fantasy Rebirth, I was just getting so tired of it. I didn't even finish the whole game. Like, I finished the game, but not, like, the extra content. And you tell me I gotta do this how many times with Pokemon? So, yeah, I changed up my stuff, and we were doing mature streams, like Persona and stuff. And I lost half my viewership right away. I had to stay consistent with Pokemon. I was just like, I didn't want to build Pokemon because, one, the audience for Pokemon is mixed, but you will have a lot of kids going in your chat. And it's like, if I want to have a more, like, let's say teenish to adult type of vibe, then Pokemon is not going to be what it is initially. Like, I would have to start from playing, like, you know, what I'm doing right now, Final Fantasy. But the thing is, Final Fantasy is just like, the story is different, but with Pokemon, story is basically the same. Is basically like, you know, they don't try changing up the gameplay unless you pick a spin-off. So like you're like, I'm tired of doing the same RPG mechanic, but like with Final Fantasy, you have like the like look at how different 12 was from 7, from 10 to like Christ. They all play different. They all have different mechanics. 16. Um, like you, it's so much. It's too much. So it's not like like yeah. And then if you try to switch it up, GG's to you. You gotta wait.
This whole culture propagates a society that evaluates real human worth to a dollar amount. An ever changing, arbitrary sense of value that shifts with inflation, just like the meat you buy at a grocery store. Except instead of sustenance, you get a momentary hit of dopamine at the expense of real time you have spent working to make that money when you should be using that money to invest in yourself. Of course, people aren't going to like what I say, and of course, I have lost all my financial support. And I know that there are people out there that feel trapped in this game. Everyone feels like they have to side hustle these days. So I'm not trying to say that I hate you or anything for having an OnlyFans, but it's important to know the implications of what you're doing. Don't shoot the messenger.
Awaken to
Are you
a
serious?
world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
It's so funny to talk about Final Fantasy right now.
I'm tired. I'm tired of living in delusions and lies. I'm tired of contributing to a society that's hurting people, that's destroying their mental capacity. I will get hatred spewed at me from every direction from people that I've known for years because I'm trying to be honest. I and many other women in my generation have been groomed by music, media, the news, doublethink throughout our society.
Okay, so so like for example, with one of the things she was saying, I forgot what she was saying. But the whole media, I mean, that's always been a thing. It has always been a thing. I literally made a reaction about Starbucks. It's always been there. It's just that like it's not being hidden, but it was always there. Like Starbucks, the local design for Starbucks wasn't because oh yeah, that was just nice. They knew what they was doing. It was a sensual design from the beginning. Because one sirens are supposed to be sensual, but like the original design had the chest exposed and stuff like. I hate Starbucks, by the way. Like, and it's so funny because people are always like, "Oh, XYZ about you know." They well, I say sexualization is empowering or it's degrading, but like Starbucks was always that, and people love Starbucks like crazy. Like they will go out their way to go get Starbucks. So it's like if you advocate for it or you're against it, but then your principles or code of what you do are completely different, then it's like you don't have a right to say essentially. Like is what people think because like with her, right? She's done all this stuff. So like she can't talk because she got her bag up. She already got her bag up. She's only saying this now after she already made her bread. This is what people are gonna say. And they're gonna be like, oh well, now she gotta live with the consequences. Okay. Shut up. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing all that. Um and like listen, I always was like, what? Like I don't understand the appeal. What about Tim Hortons? I don't know what Tim Hortons is. Is that like a snack or something? What's a turd? Um, I never really liked the idea of OF because it reminds me of something else, essentially. Which, if I was always like, well, if this wasn't allowed, I don't think I can say the word on stream. That's why. If this wasn't allowed, how is this allowed? So, like it was saying with like, how is porn movies made allowed, but then because you're getting paid to do certain deeds, but if you did those certain deeds on the street, that was illegal. I'm like, but why? But why? So, yeah, my takes are gonna be people. That's why, like, even now, like I'm being very cautious with what I say because, like, I don't even know how to say stuff properly. So people are not gonna like what it says. Always making my hot cocoa. Is Tim Hortons a hot cocoa machine thing? I don't even know what this says. That's crazy. That also doesn't make this does. Oh, but like also like some of these pictures you get access on Instagram now. It's not even that big a deal. Or even TikTok, you get away with it. Be like it's educational. So like
Trying to say net negative
I think it's just all
positives
over.
to
It's
conform
not
to
just
a
OF
narrative
thing.
that serves no one except for those already in power. I'm not afraid anymore to speak my mind. I've already been canceled for calling out corruption inside of a certain community in a certain video game. When she hit the fan,
I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw her, I thought she was that one girl who threw the cat, and then I remembered her name was not this. So I was like, huh? Who is this chick?
and I was abused by a pedophile in their community and sexually harassed by a dev from their favorite video game. They witch hunted me over a tweet I wrote. Ironic. We have devolved into radical socio and political ideologies. It isn't genuine, and it is not logical, and it is not helpful. It's often marked by false concerns that proves to damage people over time. and is only fit to serve the one, the you. It is a step
I am the one
backwards,
that
disguised as being progressive. This type of symbiotic narcissistic relationship opens you up to lots of mental manipulation. It's been proven over and over again that people spend money when they're upset, that these internet algorithms in lots of different places, not just on your phone for advertising.
Yo, chat, if you guys are upset, I do have a Throne account, PayPal, Ko-Fi, you know, like, if you guys ever get upset, you don't have to take the anger out on me, but you can take your you can take your wallet out. Oh my god, they're gonna be like, bro, how's she gonna talk like this? And then she'd be like, but donate. Listen, I'm just trying to put some longevity. Like, if you made it this far, why are you still watching? It's been 15 minutes. We're gonna be out a whole hour for a 15-minute video.
But in video games too, people stay addicted to things if it triggers emotion. And with a society that's continuously being numb to human emotion through oversaturation, this all contributes to a lingering sense of anxiety and hopelessness. How are you supposed to feel in alignment with other people like this? Now, of course, we cannot forget the fact that we all were trapped indoors on the internet for the past few years. So you can't blame people for being poisoned like this and being
Yeah, how y'all feel about Boba? Yo, we gotta make a whole stream about Bovid one day, cause like Bovid definitely changed a lot of stuff, man. Like, the reason why I say Bovid is because one time my video didn't even have the word Bovid with a C, and it got deleted during the Bovid era. I was like, what the? I kept trying to upload it. It's like it says Bovid. I'm like, it don't say no Bovid. I didn't even talk in it. I was like, it was a Sonic Adventure 2. Anywho, um. Cause me, I don't mind staying indoors that much, but I mean, I also like to go outside. But like, bro, it made like just talking to people so much harder in person, bro. Like, I felt mad awkward just trying to talk to people. Not that I ever felt good to talk to people, but I'm saying like, cause like, I feel like after a certain point, it's kind of hard to make friends if you know what I mean. So it's like you lost a lot of opportunities on how to make friends during that era, and now it's like everyone's busy with real life, and it's like I guess I'm all alone.
Addicted to algorithms, addicted to screens, addicted to e-girls, but you can blame people for refusing to educate themselves on what this is doing to real human relationships and ignoring the real world implications.
You know what also is ruining relationships? Hookup culture. I ain't even mad about saying that. People say it's liberating. No, I don't think so. Because you got two people on it. Even if you're not, a super religious person. Like, I spoke to someone. She was like, "Yo, I did hookup culture. I regret it." She was like, "Bro, like she was like, I was empty. Like, I ain't even like people. I was just doing it just because I felt like I was in prison." And then now I think about it, I'm like, why did I even do this? Like, it didn't make me feel good. Like, she felt like she was doing the walk of shame every day. And it's just like, it's not good for you. Like, I'm not even talking about the amount of partners you got. I'm just saying, like, the concept of hookup culture is just like, I don't think it's a good idea. So,
that come from social media and the propagandist poison we have been ingesting for years, that people on the internet actively contribute to, propagate, and encourage for a profit. And I expect people to gaslight me about this just because I'm trying to call this out. Or maybe some of you can sense the corruption. And if we keep being afraid to talk about this corrosion of society, we will continue to be sucked into illusions and flow further away from real solutions. And I get it. Humans are social creatures, but that need for social interaction has been manipulated and monetized. And I understand why someone would do it. It's in order to avoid pain and gain a reward in this society that breaks you down, where you work so hard for almost nothing compared to these big streamer millionaires who make so much money off of the people that work difficult 9 to 5s. At a certain point, you lose touch with reality if you continue to suppress and disown what is real. I'm making this in the hope that it impacts one person positively enough to rethink that subscription on OnlyFans, all this culture does is create dysfunctional psychological patterns in people. Feelings are important, and yes, you can feel a certain way, but feelings don't always reflect reality. All I can ask is that you not shut down intelligent conversation about this, and therefore halt the evolution of our species.
You got a kitty cat. Anywho, I was gonna say, like for me, like if you guys have stuff to go to, like yeah, I wouldn't mind. Like yeah, you go do you go to a wedding event or something. Am I still gonna be like donate? Yeah, I'm still gonna be like donate. I'm still gonna be like, oh my gosh, make sure to donate or send me a gift. Like because like I want to say it. Like it's funny if I say it like or a small streamer says it because we like you look greedy like that. Okay, chat. So you're saying whenever a person be like, oh yeah, follow me on Patreon where you get exclusive content, etc., etc. That ain't the same thing. You mean to tell me that ain't the same thing? Okay. Okay. So does she mean control the content more so it can be limited to where it can be easy accessible? I don't know what she means. I think she just wants to speak her mind and like I mean it's easy everywhere, man. Like bro, like man, there are ways to bypass it. I don't know. Like you gotta be looking out for your kids. Like if you let them go on social media, because like even if you raise them to be a good person, there's a lot of bad influence out there. So it's tough. It's tough out here. But yeah, this was the video. You could have literally saw the 15-minute video if you really wanted to. I'm gonna link it down below. I mean, you already see the title, or you could have just saw the guy version. This was half the length. Like, dang, we really spent a whole hour talking about this. Like, why? Ain't no one want to hear me yap for a whole hour, bro. It's when I could yap like this for this, and then it's like when we on stream, I'll be like, yeah, I'm good. What's up? Anywho, with that being said, if you guys want to support me, you can look in all the links we got. I also already dropped it multiple times. With that being said, this is JJB starting out. Ciao. I told you not doing that because I can't get to the ending recording.